294. That's what I got.
That'd be a great TAC.
Yeah, seriously.
Hey guys, this is Dylan Late Season Hunter, and today I have like a really cool thing that happened. I got sent some arrows, and we're gonna go see how they are, because these are the Sanlida Dragon 10s. I am not sponsored by them. They sent them to me so I could review them. We're gonna go give them a run for their money to see if these super budget arrows could actually make it in an abuse test. So let's head to the range and let's go get these puppies cut. I will say that none of this would be possible without you guys. Like, for me to be getting arrows to test out and see and review, this is like a huge step. And so yeah, we'll see how they go, because I think it's kind of cool. But we're also gonna see what the people at the range think, because there's a couple things about this arrow that might make it a little bit interesting, and it could be something that I could pick up even more for myself in the future, and I'll explain more why. So we're with David. He is one of the, what is your official title here?
Oh, it depends on what I want it to be. I'm a bow technician, content creator,
Shithead.
something like that, yeah.
Is that your personal opinion, Brody?
Idiot. Something like a village idiot.
Yeah.
Okay, first impression is,
Pretty.
I was trying to pull it out and I already broke a knock.
Oh, did it break or just pop? Oh,
It broke. So, howdy.
How's it going?
What's that back?
Well, I was already gonna replace these, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't say anything about the arrow.
Yep.
Well, one straightness, we'll see.
We'll see.
So, of the arrows that you have, so one of the things that would draw a lot of people to these arrows is that for $90 you get 24 of them.
So yeah, that's
What's like your cheapest arrow, but what would be the straightness of that?
I'd say it's probably a lightning, Easton lightning, which is like 30 bucks for 6. Wait, yeah.
Okay.
60 bucks a dozen.
Okay, 60 bucks a dozen.
So still more expensive than these, and that's 006 straightness.
Right. And the only other thing that I could think of was like maybe like the Warriors.
Warriors are actually more expensive than the Storms.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are 70 a dozen, so
yeah,
considerably cheaper. So if they shoot better than a Warrior, then you got the hell of a deal.
Right. And so we'll pull them out of the box. We'll show you guys what's in the box.
I'll let you do
I'll do it.
Breaking
More knocks. Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna replace anyways first, because I looked at those knocks and they don't seem, and I'll show you guys what the arrows look like. So we pull them out of the box. I'm gonna potentially break another one myself.
Yeah, they're in there.
I know. The packaging is really good on these things. So we pull them out, and they come in this awesome little configuration. So you can get, there's 6, so if you want to just take and practice and do you could just cut 6 of them down, or you could cut all 24 down. But they come with these, the veins on them are nothing crazy. They're just some blazer veins. I like the red and black color combination, but yeah, just a basic 0.1. Like I was telling David, for all 24 of these, even if it comes with a bad knock, and that's what I've heard, is that the components you might want to upgrade, the shafts, they say are supposedly really good. They come at your 32-inch like standard pre-build arrow. So if you're 28 and a half, you can cut them down, but yeah, nothing too crazy. We're gonna take and cut these down to my draw length, and yeah, but first initial impressions, probably want to upgrade your components first. I'm gonna also take some pliers to these blazers just to see how they go. But in my opinion, if you have a drop away rest, your arrows, the only type of abuse that they're going to get to the fletchings are probably either when they're passing through a target, passing through an animal, or if you shoot and miss the target and you're gonna just rip them off on the ground. So to me, they're just normal straight blazers, nothing crazy. I think these are pretty, right out of the package, they look pretty good. I got these at a 300 spine. I believe that they go anywhere from like 260 all the way to like 600. So it will really fit anyone. But for $80, I mean, you can't complain for the bit that they are, minus this component right here. How are we gonna get this knockout, David?
Pretty simple.
Oh,
Screw it in. Probably get it out right now.
perfect. Okay.
Perfect. Just like that.
Yeah. Simple.
Sweet. Gonna need to buy some new knocks though.
From the research I've done with it, it's definitely just, you might need new components. The shafts people don't have any problems with.
That's people doing components on.
Yeah, people do components on everything. Yeah, so I mean,
Give it a whirl, like it's.
yeah, it's pretty intriguing. I mean, my big thing with these is like, you go into like a TAC event, and instead of wasting your really good arrows, you freaking buy 24 of these guys, just get them decent, and
Don't talk to our customers.
don't talk to. Oh. You're right. They need the most expensive arrows to go
Yes.
blow off a
All right,
rock.
he's hired.
Yeah, just got some nice red gold tip knocks here. Just gonna line up with my top, the cock vein. We'll just go from there. But after just doing that for a couple minutes, you'll pull them out. I think I'm just gonna start with 6 of these guys, just to see. But talking about these arrows, you know, like who would these arrows be perfect for? In my opinion, having arrows of like this price point does 2 things. One, you have a ton of arrow. Like if we were to take, let me pull up my calculator. So it is $89, $90 divided by 24 equals, we are looking at $3.75 per arrow, which is crazy, 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 crazy. You know, so like David said, I'll have to put right here in the video what the next cheap arrow is. The closest you're gonna get is probably like a 0.6 straightness, or the 0.006 straightness, which, you know, that's a, you know, a basic standard arrow. But one of the things that they say when you have straightness levels like that, where you're really going to see it is in your broadhead tuning. So even if these are the 0.0003, I think that's right, you are still going to be way better off getting a bunch of these arrows for $3. Like, these are awesome. Yeah, no, I can't really think of a better price point to really get started with archery for these arrows. Now, I don't have all of the cool special tolerance test tools so that you can take and actually see, oh, is this actually this right here? Is it actually the 0.001? You know, I don't have that. However, to me, I just want decent enough results, right? Because in my eyes, what I'm going to use these arrows for is like TAC events. I'm going to use them for these 3D shoots. I'm going to use them for outside, really to train and build up with. I'm not really looking at, you know, like, could I hunt with these? If they're good enough, sure, maybe. That would be interesting to see, you know, like this $3 arrow. But, you know, like, there isn't really anything bad. I mean, the blazers are great. It did come with some basic just inserts with just, I think these are 100 grain heads, it would be interesting to see if they actually are 100 grains. But you're ready to rock. Even if you didn't replace these knocks, you should still be fine. You know, it could have just been a bad knock. You get bad knocks all the time. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I learned this online, is you take and you put a silver Sharpie on the end of your arrow. And you get one of these things, and all you gotta do is just basically take your silver Sharpie right around the top of it, put in these little square guides, basically just start a little bit until, basically do it all the way up until there's no more silver Sharpie left. I'm almost there. Okay, so we're here. We've basically cleaned out the, like, we've wiped out all of the shafts. We've taken a little bit of we used acetone. We used acetone to make sure the inside of the shafts were cleaned out and whatnot, so there was no carbon fiber dust. So now we're going to put in the inserts. I'm just going to use this blue glue insert. Nice thing is, it also came with the inserts and nothing to it. So a little bit of glue. Good enough. Got a little bit of glue on my finger, but nothing crazy. Let that sit there and call it good. Got these arrows done. The inserts are all good. So basically, there is the finished. All I need to do is add in the tips. 100 grain tips. So with the arrow on and the tip, we're looking at 380. This is actually a pretty light arrow for me. It'll be interesting to see how fast it goes, because it'll be interesting to see how fast, because my old arrow with the tip inserted, I'm shooting a 426, so these arrows should be booking fast. If they're remotely to the same like the size of these things, once I have the tip in, they'll probably be pretty dang near identical. But that should be cooking fast.
Here's the spin test. Zoom on that. Not too bad.
Now I will say I have spun test these, and of the 6 that I've done so far, there's a little bit, not a ton though, of wobble. But for a $90 arrow, or $9, these things should be made of gold. But for a, for a $3 arrow, the wobble is so insignificant. Yeah. Yeah. Not too bad, nothing crazy. So the tips, yeah, tips aren't coming out now. We're gonna take and shoot through the chronograph and see what type of speeds we get out of it. Alright, so we're gonna shoot through the chronograph now. Before, my old arrows were shooting at 283. And so now we're gonna shoot through this chronograph and see how they are. These arrows are way lighter. I did flex test them first, so here goes nothing. But shoot about 60 something pounds. I think that's like 67 pounds. 293 by 28-inch draw. $295. Jeez Louise.
David's arrow weighs like, I think, about 100 grains more than yours, and is shooting faster than that. But his is also 80 pounds.
That would, yeah, mine's shooting at 63. So,
Wow.
about 67 probably.
Not quite the same.
294. That's what I got.
That'd be a great TAC arrow.
Yeah, seriously. Honestly, I mean, and you've seen the arrow now. What would be your verdict of it? If someone was to pick up some arrows and don't want to spend a crap ton of money.
Dude, I used to shoot arrows from Walmart. You
Right.
can shoot good with crap arrows.
And it makes it a little more enjoyable if you were to whiff a shot.
Well, I think at the very end of it, like if you were to get basic arrows for like these, you got 24 of them. And you got like a mid-price bow, and you'd be set for a little while, you know. Even if they probably wouldn't be like the best for like hunting.
Oh, dude.
But
Whatever
I mean,
gets you shooting your bow.
exactly.
Doesn't
That's the
matter.
point. And so I think for who these arrows would be best for would be anyone who's doing TAC and wants to break a couple arrows on risky shots. That's probably what I'll be doing,
And that's okay.
and that's okay.
Or shoot your bow and practice more so you don't break arrows.
And then get some more expensive arrows. But yeah, and who do we get expensive arrows from?
The Mountain Archeries.
This isn't sponsored, but
It's sponsored.
I wish. I have not gotten a check yet.
You gotta start fletching arrows.
I gotta start fletching arrows. That's true. It's true. I might start fletching arrows here. But yeah, guys. So that is just the Sanlida Dragon 10s. These are pretty sweet little arrows, you know, for the price. Recommendations for them. Probably changing out just the components for it, you know. I mean, I think it's a solid shaft. The tips seem fine. They're just a great basic arrow, but I think like for me, like I want the nocks I'm pretty familiar with. I just got the gold tip nocks, and they work great. But for $90, 24 arrows, $3.75 or something. I can't remember what we said before. I mean, per arrow for whatever spine you need. These are perfect. These are great arrows to have. I'll probably be picking up another bunch of these for my wife, especially because she's just barely getting into it. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that I could say. I haven't shot them a ton. We're going to go and I'm going to get my bow kind of sighted in a little bit more, and we'll do a shoot with them before I destroy these, because I wanted to start with these original 6. We'll do that, and then we'll see. We'll take and get them through the ringer. So yeah, let's we'll jump into the future a little bit and go shoot a course with these. So we are at the range and we are going to test out these Sanlida Dragons. They are, you know, they're super nice. I probably won't go too crazy with these arrows today. I haven't taken and fixed and adjusted my sight tape yet. I will be doing that probably later in the week, which, you know, if you've ever adjusted sight tapes, it's pretty easy, especially with this B3, just for the fact of how easy it is to pop on these little metal sight tapes. Probably wouldn't take very long to do it, but I just don't have the time to do it tonight. But I know that it's pretty dang close at the 40s. So I'll probably shoot the 40s comparing the two of them together. So far right off the get-go, I mean, they don't look that much different. The shafts look identical between these gold tip hunters. I've used these gold tip hunters for the past couple months, and I mean, they're fine. They're decent arrows. I, you know, shoot 100, 105 yards with these quite regularly, you know, nothing out of the ordinary with them. But the crazy thing is, so these arrows, for 6 of them, it is about $50, right? So if I was to get a dozen of them, I'd probably be closer to about $90, $95. If they're pre-fletched, you know, I could maybe save a couple bucks and get the shafts and then have to fletch them myself, but then you have to get all the other fletching stuff. So to get 24 arrows of these Sanlida Dragons, 90 bucks, all fletched, have tips. You know, you might need to change out your nocks if you're trying to be a little bit more consistent with them of what you're used to. But I mean, this is saying it's a 0.001 versus a 0.006. Like I said, even if these are, you know, not every single one of them is at that exact tolerance, even if they're at the 0.003, maybe get a couple that are the 0.006, you're still saving a ton of money with these arrows, because 24 of them, I mean, 24, double it, I mean, I'd be looking at almost probably $180 with just my gold tips. That's a huge price difference. So we'll see how these arrows do. Next week I'm going to go do this thing called the Rockman game. It's kind of like a TAC, but here in the area of one of the companies, Rockman, they make the waterproof packs. I want to talk with them sometime, because actually they are in the same city that I work in St. Anthony, Idaho. So I want to talk with them about their packs and whatnot. But they actually have the Rockman games next week, and so I'll probably take these arrows with me to that shoot, just because they're going to be some crazy shots. If I accidentally miss and break an arrow, that's just part of the deal, you know. But like I said, for 24 arrows, I'm probably going to be a lot more risky with some of my shots, for the fact of I'm going to not really worry about it. You know, these arrows, they're like $3 an arrow. Not saying you want to just break these arrows because they're cheap, right? They're still really, they seem pretty high quality for the price that you're getting them for. You know, they're decent. So we're just gonna walk around, we're gonna shoot some, and yeah, we'll go for there. We'll see how these arrows do today on the course. 42 is what I believe. Yeah, we're at 42. I'll put my 40 pin on it because these arrows are moving a little bit faster. Just a touch off center. We got two like back to back with each other. This one should just be a hair low. And this is the hunter. Ooh, I thought just a touch low. Yeah, so we're walking up to see the arrows. Like I said, these arrows are shooting a little bit faster than my normal hunter, so I dropped it just a touch low, which is okay. It's nothing crazy. Just shooting a little left with the wind gusts, but nothing too crazy. But I mean, 40 yards, and you're got one finger space apart from each other. So, I mean, I'd consider that a pretty good win, you know, like you're not going super crazy, but you're still, I mean, for these being $3 arrows, I'd be completely happy with this. Let's try and shoot it again, 40 yards, and see how it goes. I'll probably zoom in on me as I'm doing it, but I mean, they're flying. They're hauling butt. They're moving so fast. So yeah, let's pull these and go see. A little pull test as well. Shouldn't be anything crazy, but they feel like normal arrows. A man and his wife just left a couple seconds ago. I guess he was the US Army's president back in like '64, which is crazy. Like this club has been around, you can see right here. It was established in 46, you know, right after the war, which is so crazy to me. Like to think, you know, that these people here, they've maintained this land so well. Okay, 42 yards. Use my 40 pin. See how these babies fly. That was a good release. That felt good. And it's dang near exactly where I released it on that pin too. Second shot. Whew, those are stacked. Went and retrieved that arrow, came back, shot it again. And these are the arrows. After I reshot them, they turned out pretty great. This was first, this was second, and that was the recovery one that I had done. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Now these arrows are flying a little bit faster than my other arrows, just because they're a little bit lighter. Like I said, my normal hunters are about 418, 420, somewhere around there. These Sanlidas, they are a little bit lighter at, I believe they're 381, which is like 40 grains lighter. So they are moving a little bit faster. I mean, I put them through the chronograph and they clocked, I think, what did we say? It's like 294 versus it's like 285 or something, you know, so nothing crazy. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it is lighter, it is faster, but all those things, like you can always add weight, you can always do those things, but the results are pretty awesome. I mean, 2 arrows, haven't shot them before, 40 yards. I mean, they're right next to each other with that slight little bit of wind variance. I mean, and I'm super happy with how they are. So we're gonna just shoot a couple more targets. We'll see, yeah, we'll just go from there. So I'll probably just have to cut some yardage off of these arrows, because I do want to try and shoot them a little bit further. We'll probably try and see like 40, probably 50, maybe 60. We'll see how I sight them in, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with them. We're at the bear. We're at 43, 42. I'm probably just gonna put it at the 40 again. Just see how this puppy does. Wasn't too bad of a shot. Hit foam, but I can't tell where. Just send another one down there. I don't feel better. Yanked out a freaking face hair. the first one I felt like I pulled. I didn't know where that one went. That was the second one right there. And I was flying way faster. I'll probably have to cut off a couple yards because that is cooking fast. So I just made a phone call with my dad, so I wasn't able to record the last couple shots. I kept on shooting high at 40. I'm like, man, why am I shooting so high? It's because arrow's moving faster. I had to be at like 43 to get shots, but I should have recorded some of those shots because, I mean, these arrows are flying pretty true to where they're going. So I'm actually moving out to a target that is a standing upright target of a bear. And so I should be able to take and shoot this at like, I want to try and shoot at 70 yards. Currently we're shooting at the standing bear. We are 70 yards away. I moved it down to about 60, 66. It should be plenty. But yeah, we're 70 yards away. Let's see how this flight is. Slight bit of breeze, but nothing too crazy. Ooh. Huh. I must say we're pretty dang close to where we need to be, but it felt good. These arrows fly. I mean, I don't see a bad flight pattern. It's kind of hard to, that'll be something to keep in mind with these arrows, is that if you're wanting high visibility, these ain't them. So you might want to look into like a wrap or a lighted knock, take off these vanes and replace them. But those are such minor things, you know. But it seemed to fly pretty dang good for, you know, straight. Ooh, that one looks a little high. I pulled it, but let's walk down there and see. They seem pretty decent. A little bit of wind, a little bit of, ooh, that's what I thought. The first arrow, I felt like I dropped it just a little bit. I was a little bit off. Need to make sure I'm following through. So this was my 20. Let's show you a little bit better. So here's this is the Hunter. Here's my first shot. I felt like I was slightly off when I did it. I kind of felt like I pulled it. But there, at 70 yards, Sanlida just found its way right where it needed to go. So, I mean, 70-yard test, I mean, not too bad. I'll probably end up next week going and changing some of these arrows because I'm not changing, but like cutting a couple more, because I don't think I'll have a problem going to the event and shooting these. Like, they seem accurate enough. I mean, I've shot 40s just fine, 42s, and they just soar. So, I mean, I don't know. They're pretty dang good arrows for the value. Like, I think if you were to get these, you would not regret it. Now, I do want to shoot one of these at a wall. I do. I really do. Because I just think that shots like that are so fun, you know? Oh, a damage test, how do they handle? I know, as do you, the results. I think I will hold off on putting that in this video just because I want to shoot these arrows next week. And I don't want to be down one arrow for no reason just yet, you know? Dilemmas, because I want you guys to see that. I want that to be my intro, but I just feel guilty for destroying a good arrow. Especially because I'd much rather shoot it at like a rock chuck, you know? Like, at least have some fun with them besides blowing it up for no reason, you know? Do you see where I'm coming from? I don't know. It would be fun. It would be kind of worth it. But at the same time, I just don't want to. All All right, we're getting ready to walk up on a shot up here. I'm gonna get to 70 yards again and probably shoot this little black bear. And then probably have to go for the evening because I have to get to work. I have a midnight shift. So let's see, 70 yards. It's pretty dang close to like right here. That's 82. All right, we are looking about 80 yards. Hopefully I get this right in a decent spot. Here we go. We got this. 80-yard shot. Not too bad. A little back belly. Put about 75. Move some of these Sanlida arrows down the way. We'll see how they do. Just kind of guesstimating here because these arrows are a little bit faster. Ooh, that was a good guess. Might as well, since I hit it, shoot it one more time, you know? Push my luck. This time I'm gonna account for a little bit more of the wind drift. That one looked pretty dang good. Well, this was my first shot. It's actually probably about right where I'd aimed about with that wind drift. Second shot with the Sanlida, kind of guessed on it. Not too bad. I mean, the wind drift as well, like that'll kill you at 80 yards. I mean, that'll push you over. And this one I accounted for the wind a little bit too much, so oh well. But I mean, great shots. I mean, especially on guessing the ranges, so yeah, not too bad. I'm not unhappy with those. There's some people up there shooting. Don't accidentally walk into range of it and just get sniped in the neck. Hello? There's someone right here. Okay. All right, guys, this is my unbiased opinion of these Sanlida Dragon 10s. I think for the price, to the amount of arrows that you get, to the components, even though you may have to switch out like the Nox maybe, I think these are great. I won't say anything bad about them. I mean, the basic, you know, nothing crazy, just standard filled tip, basic blazer vanes, you know, like these are just, I mean, they've got good spine to them. I wish I had like a tolerance tester to actually see if it was close to that 0.001, but even if it wasn't, right, to get this value of an arrow, I think you can't go wrong with them. So where can you get these? You can get them on Amazon. I actually have a link down in the description below. I don't know what else to say, guys. I think that you would be dumb not to test these out and to have some, because for just basic training arrows, they're great. For arrows that you want to take to TAC, great. You can just take and just not worry about breaking arrows, right? I mean, let me grab out of my car. I have right here, these are some of the VAP TKOs. This arrow right here, I think per one arrow is like $12, if not more. I'll put the actual amount. I'm not quite sure. I got these on sale at a garage sale because I didn't want to spend the full price of $240 for 12. So what? It's almost $20 an arrow, right? That is absurd to take to these type of events, right? I mean, this arrow is awesome. I think it has the same tolerance of the 001. This is a great arrow. This is an awesome arrow, but I don't want to be breaking it off a rock, right? An arrow like this one, right? I'm gonna shoot the heck out of them, right? I do not care as badly if these are gonna break. Like, do I want them to break? No, because I want them to last as long as possible. But to have these arrows do as good as they are, like, I mean, they're flying straight, they're flying true. If there's any sort of like problem, I don't think it's the arrow, I think it's me, right? I'm gonna blame myself at this point. Like, I shoot enough, if there's any sort of variance, it's going to be me. But I mean, at 40 yards, I mean, you saw, I mean, I was putting a thumb's width in between, not even like the side to side of my thumb in between the arrows at 40 yards. That works great. That's perfect. So yeah, guys, you can get these on Amazon. Right now, I believe that they're on sale. I do think it's like $90 for the 12. There's a link in the description below. Go check them out. But guys, this is my review of the Sanlida arrows. Thank you, Sanlida, for sending these to me. I think that it's a great arrow. Yeah. Switch out a couple of components and I think it'll be solid. So this is Don't Late Season Hunter, guys. Hope you guys have a good one. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to YouTube. Yeah, this is awesome. But this is my first product that got sent to me. This is a stepping stone for me. I am very honored. So thank you, Sanlida, for trusting me enough to review these arrows. I think you have a pretty cool product. So awesome. Well, guys, that'll be it. You have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye now.